Another push today to reach elderly residents who still need a vaccination. Volunteers knocked on doors in parts of North St. Louis this afternoon. They're working to find residents who don't have internet access, and they're working to help them get information that they need to know to get registered for a shot.
So we're going to do a door-to-door campaign to do two things: to give a number that people can call so that they can get registered, and number two, let that community know that there's a lot of folks who care about them.
In some ways, this is kind of our responsibility to make sure that not only is it, a moral rollout of these vaccinations, but also an effective one. Because as long as there's big swaths of our community that aren't being reached, it's not going to be an effective rollout of the vaccine.
A group of students from Washington University, as you just heard, also joined today's door-to-door campaign.
Hi, Shalom, Michael. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that sees his word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson, Prophecy is knocking on your door. And we're in a time now with that vision that was set for an appointed time. We are in that appointed time. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Because these are the series of events that's playing on our planet Earth further proves that we are at the end. And further proves that the scriptures is the truth, man. That this book is alive and well, man. This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. See how we know we're at the end? Because now these people is reduced to wearing a diaper on their face, man. We at the point, and we know at the end, because now they're knocking at your door to door to convince you to take this jab, man. And this is only going to intensify. The wound of America is getting worse and worse, man. And these people is gonna suddenly fall upon them, man. This judgment, man. Cause they don't know the times we in. Tells that the man don't know of his time. He's snared in the evil time when it falling suddenly upon him. But we in that appointed time where that judgment is about to take place. It says, therefore, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. See. Because ultimately it's a builder. It's plain beginnings, but it said but it ends off with endings and effects and signs. And we in that part now where the effects and signs are now being shown. This word was spoken forward, the seed was planted. Now we seeing the fruit of it now, man. That, the judgment of the Lord, his counsel is gonna stand. The words that he's gonna execute the words that he speak of, man. This matter of fact, because now things are being made clear. It was a point in time where you had, people to come up and scoff against this word, and they had some sort of a leg to stand on. But now in this time, you cannot refute the evidence, that's playing out throughout the planet Earth, which the scriptures, the events that's playing out on the earth is backing up what the scriptures saying. The scriptures ain't backing up what's going on earth. What's going on earth is backing up what the scriptures say, man. And it's going to get a point in time when reality going to really set in, when these prophecies open up like the floodgates, man. When it fully, go forth, man. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. And verse 20, it says, the anger of the Lord shall not return. See? So the anger of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not going to return. He's not going to be appeased until, the spirits of vengeance is being brought forth. Which those spirits of vengeance ultimately it pretty much leads to death, man. You know? So throughout the scriptures, it ultimately is filled with death threats, man. You know? The anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed and till he have performed the intents of his heart. See? So like till he performed the thoughts of his heart. So like it, which the thoughts of his heart is found with throughout the scriptures, man. That's where the thoughts and intents of the heart of the Lord is found is within the scriptures, man. This is like the Lord's diary, and you seeing it playing out on the planet Earth. You know, so the thoughts of his heart was written within the scriptures. It says, "In the latter days, ye shall consider it perfectly." See, because in the time it was gonna be made, it's gonna be made clear, made obvious, of what the scripture, what the prophecies was talking about, man. You know, it said at the end it's gonna be manifest. You know, now you understand what Joel was talking about. Now you understand what Daniel was talking about. Because it's at the end, we're going to consider these things perfectly, man. It's made clear now. You know. And we here now where prophecy is knocking on the door, man. Literally, by the way of these devils actually knocking on your door by the job. And it's going to get to the point, it's not going to be volunteers and old ladies and, you know what I mean? It's going to get to the point where you're going to have a damn general at your door with the jab, a super soldier, and an eater in the background, man. You know? But you're going to consider it perfectly in that time, man. You know? When these things suddenly come. You know? Because these days are already, these days are already predestined. It was already a day predestined where the money's going to crash. It's already a day predestined martial law is going to be implemented, man. And then that's when these people gonna consider it perfect. It's gonna be manifest then. But it says you're gonna know not until the flood came. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick in the book of St. Matthew 24 and verse 37. It says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." See? And in that time, in the days of Noah, you actually heard knocking by the way of the hammers. You actually hearing Noah building the ark, man. You literally heard prophecy knocking at your door, man, in that time. You know, and you seeing it today, you know, by the way of this word coming forth in the series of events that's playing out throughout the planet Earth that's actually leading to the destruction. You know, it says, in the days of Noah, it was because, why is it day? Because the Lord is going to judge the planet Earth on a global scale once again, man. It says, "For as in the days there before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark." See? So that lets you know, even up to that time, with the deliverance, you're going to still have people that that's going to pretty much go about their everyday life, man. You know, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, continuing this society, abiding in this society, all the way up to that destruction came. It says, "And knew not until the flood came." See, so that's when reality set in, when it started raining, you know, on those people, man. When they felt those first drops, that's when reality set in. You know, when in this time, it's going to have, in this case, just going back, like I said, it's already a predestined day where the money's going to crash. See, when you can't swipe your card, that's when reality going to set in. When you have a damn M16 pointed at your face, or you get gun butted in your nose, or you get thrown into a concentration camp, that's when you know reality sets in. It's going to set in, man. Have set in, man. You know? But you see, we here, man. Everything we pretty much is at what pretty much the Lord is about to open the floodgates, man. You know, well, pretty much this word ain't gonna be out for too long, and hey, that's when the Lord's gonna release the dogs, man. Pretty much, which is with matter of fact, let's get this. This is the book of Isaiah 42 and verse 9. It says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass." And what are some of the former things? What the Lord proclaimed, what he declared what he was going to do in Egypt, that came to pass. The flood that came to pass. Sodom and Gomorrah that came to pass, and you got evidence of those different judgments Yahweh Hashem Shai have declared. Is you got evidence, physical evidence, tangible evidence of these different things played out, man. It says, and new things do I declare. What's a new thing? The destruction of America. All hell breaking loose. A famine that you never seen. This devil coming down with great wrath. You seeing mass death as never before, man. These are the new things that we're declaring. It says, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. See, so before it ultimately spring forth and blossom to its fullness, you're gonna be giving a heads up on it, man. And that's what you see now by the way of the prophets, starting the apostles and elders on down, great millstone. Declaring these things before they spring forth, to give you heads up of the things to come, which is just prophecy, man. Ultimately entails of judgment on a global scale, man. And we're in the beginning stages of these things where this devil is about to come down with great wrath. Well, it's not going to be any type of stability in that time, no tangible or physical corner stability in that time. Only stability is going to be by the way of this word, man. See, that was going to keep us in that day, man. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. See, this is part of foreseeing the evil. They actually knocking on your door literally. It's like I said, it started off with volunteers, but that's just the beginning stages of that. Then it's going to get to the point where you might have local law enforcement. Then it might get to the point where now you got the military knocking at your door, convincing you in their way to take that job, man. And ultimately going to lead to that chip. But we foreseeing these things. We foresee the evil. We see the dangers ahead. Just going back, the Lord revealed the secret things, which is what? Ultimately what's ahead, tomorrow. Prophecy. Because it is already, like I said, it's already appointed days where these things are going to take place. Only thing we can do is prepare spiritually and mentally, embrace for impact for the things that's about to come upon the planet Earth. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide of himself. See how you hide yourself? In this truth, the pavilion of the Lord. It says, but the simple pass on and are punished. See, you didn't you took lightly of this word. You passed by. You took it lightly, so you passed by it. You didn't consider it, so you're going to be punished. So that's why in that time when the Lord is executing His word, which when the beginning stages of that, but it's going to fully blossom. That's when you're going to consider it perfectly. When you pass by, when you get punished, then you're going to consider the words of Yahweh Hashem Shai perfectly. But what that's going to entail is you die. At the end of the day. And that's how these people are going to know Yahweh Hashem Shai through the judgment which He executed. It tells you that the Lord is going to be glorified in them. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. So meaning what? When the Lord spoke about the famine, somebody actually had to play that part. So the Lord going to be glorified in them because they actually died of the famine, because He said the famine is going to come and they suffered that. Matter of fact, let's get it. This is Ecclesiastes Sirach 36 and verse 3. It said, lift up thy hand against the strange nations. See, which is the so-called white man Esau, Edom. The Lord is lifting up His hand against this man. And that's why you see things how it is now. The status of this place, this system as a whole, is deteriorating day by day, man. It said, and let them see thy power. It said, as thou was sanctified in us before them. See? Because the Lord separated us by the way of His word. We were separated from the world. It says, so thou be magnified among them before us. See? So Yahweh Hashem Shai His words are going to play out on these people, man. And this is part of, having people knock on door to door, man. ask you about you gonna take this jab. You know, and these judgments gonna get worse and worse. Always each day, the judgment gonna get worse and worse to the missiles, man. So this is how the Lord's gonna be magnified among them for us is when He judges these people, man. It says, and let them know thee as we have known thee. See, that there is no power but only thou, O Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. See, and how do we know the Lord? Through the judgment, through His terrible acts, you know, which is ultimately prophecy, those historical events the Lord, you know, spoke of and declared before they happened, man. We once again in that time. You know, and it's gonna get to the point where prophecy is not just is gonna stop knocking on your door, it's just gonna kick the door down, man. You know, that's what's gonna happen. Matter of fact, this is the book of Isaiah 44, and Psalm it says, "And who as I shall call and shall declare it, and set in order for me." See. So it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that's declaring and call these events that's playing out throughout the planet Earth. You know, it says, since I appointed the ancient people and the things that are coming and shall come, let them show unto them. See? And who is them? The prophet is revealing these things. That's why I said what I tell you in secret preach here upon the housetops, man. So we telling you things that are coming and shall come, man. You know, oh, that's why going back to the days of Noah, that judgment was, you couldn't escape that judgment unless you was in the ark, man. And that's the same thing we saying to this day, man. You know, unless you come into this fold, you know, the pavilion of the Lord, this truth, you know, this little sanctuary, you're going to die, man. Because these things shall come, you know. Then you're going to know that's when it's going to be made perfectly clear. There was a prophet among you, and we're going to end it off on that. This is the book of Ezekiel 33 and verse 33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, and what's that? The things that's written within the scriptures, the intents and purposes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. His thoughts that was written throughout the scriptures, they're going to come to pass. It said, lo, it will come. Why? Because it said the counsel of the Lord is going to stand, man. It says, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. See, then you're gonna know when these things, like I said, fully intensify and come into those plays when they come into its perfection. That's when you're gonna know it perfectly, man. You know, but prophecy is knocking on the door, and someone is gonna kick it down, man. So yeah, I just hold to edify. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. DTA, abide the ball. Soon.